Furniture making is an act of turning or building wood pieces into amazing objects. It is a wide market and its requirements are lower in terms of quality and finishing. Furniture making business is just like every other profession. It is mainly distinguished by how you choose to present it. The furniture industry has so much improved in Nigeria from the roadside carpentry and has grown to become a billionaire industry. The market for furniture industry would always be in demand because everyone needs furniture for countless reasons. The furniture market globally is a huge market which is estimated to be about $360 billion market, with the most prominent players being the United States and the China market. Nigerian furniture market is a vast market which is estimated at 70 billion naira, with an annual growth rate of about 2.35%, which is due to the massive increase in urbanization and population growth. Despite the massive rise of the locally produced furniture in Nigeria, the furniture making business is still much hampered by the high demand for imported furniture. In 2004, the Nigerian government banned the importation of furniture, thereby creating opportunity for investors to push capital into furniture business. To start a furniture business in Nigeria, you don't require an expert furniture making skills. You can hire the services of skilled furniture makers to help make the furniture while you run and own the business. You can keep them on your payroll and source for your customers. The furniture business has a very high profit margin, making it a very high profitable business to venture into. You don't have to wait until you have millions before you can start furniture business. You can start furniture making with small capital and grow into a big shop. With about 450,000 naira, you can start a furniture business. But the profitability of the business is mainly anchored on the area or location of the business, the bargaining power of the furniture maker, and the level of experience in the business.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ladies Talking Business. I am Moremi Akano. Our guest today is the founder and CEO of Joanswood Creation Limited, a reputable furniture producing company that creates bespoke furniture products and decorations. She is an enterprise entrepreneur with demonstrated experience in project management, business supervision, development, negotiation, customer service, strategic planning, and analytical thinking. She studied chemical engineering and bagged her BEng degree from Anambra State University. In 2018, she was awarded a certificate of the yearly Emerging Leaders Program at the Regional Leadership Center, West Africa, Accra, Certificate of Appreciation by the Ready Set Work Faculty, Lagos, a beneficiary of the Seed Stars World Investment Readiness Program 2019, and an organizing member of the Girls Skill Up Initiative 2019, a certified Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women alumni. Wow, that's quite a bio. Our guest is Joan Mbogu. Hi Joan, thanks for coming on the show today.
Hi Moremi, thanks for having me.
That was quite a bio, like I was running out of breath at some point. Okay, so how did you find yourself in the furniture making space from engineering?
Okay, so well, for me, it was at the time where I just resigned from an engineering company I was working in, I think 2011, and I had a colleague of mine. We went to the same university and he visited. He's an architect actually, but apparently he was running furniture making company. And he came that day and he was just telling us about what he's been doing in the furniture space. It was quite an interesting story and I picked interest. I wanted to know more. Even though he was operating from Abuja, I was in Lagos. I wanted to know more, so I told him, okay, you know what, I want to know more about this furniture thing, being an architect. So he was all about how you could design, procure materials, build the furniture piece, and finally install. For me, it was quite interesting. And before I knew what was happening, after the discussion that day, anywhere I go and I see a furniture piece, I'm trying to relate it with the story he had just told me. And I remember telling him that, okay, you know what, I want to do this, because at that time I had just resigned. I was not really doing anything within that space. So he said, okay, and he was willing to bring me on board. So we did quite some jobs. We did quite some jobs that time. I got some small jobs. Maybe you want to make your table, your chair, and I was involved. And it's been from one small job to the other, and the story
and you're
has.
here today.
Yes, I'm
so
here
did you
today.
actually have to learn how to like put wood together?
Yes,
and
I
nails
did.
and-
Yes,
Oh,
so
wow.
I did. So at least from the engineering part, I'm a very hands-on person, and I try to know like details of everything I want to do. So yes, I did. At the initial stage, maybe not, yes, but later on, after I began running my own company, I saw the need to really get into the operational aspect of furniture making. So yes, I did, and also, of course, I've taken a lot of training since then. So you see some videos online on DIY how these things are done. So
okay.
I really put my interest in that, and yeah, I'm hands-on.
Oh, well, I'm really trying to just imagine you being hands-on.
I am. I spray.
Together. Wow.
I spray. At least I can operate my equipment. I have a panel saw. I can operate it. I can operate my edge binder. I can operate my planer. So it's not like I do it, but hey, if you are making a guide for me, I'll tell you that I can do this thing. Yes.
I think that's one of the perks of actually learning.
Yeah.
The putting furniture together itself.
Yeah.
So that people won't like
Yeah.
as you say,
So
shakara you.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been in this industry for quite a while.
Yeah, quite a while.
And we know that there are very few females in this industry.
Yes.
Okay. Even though a lot of people are getting into it's still more male dominated. Anyway, so what improvements would you like to see in this furniture making space in Nigeria?
So improvements, well, first of all, I would like to see increased in the kind of quality we make overall in the furniture industry.
You mean locally?
Yes, locally, of course, locally. And also increase in productivity. And I'm looking forward to a time where maybe our NUC can have furniture making as a course people can study in school. Yes, so because it's really interesting that we have a challenge presently in the industry of having skilled workers. So if somebody can go to the university and study furniture making or carpentry, I mean, you can imagine somebody graduates and I'm a furniture maker, BSc holder.
I'm a furniture maker makes it
look too right?
I'm a carpenter.
Although there was a time if you ask me, I'm like, okay, I'm becoming like carpenter. Yes, that's what I am. So if we can have that in the university curriculum, I think it's going to be great, and it will help bridge that gap of when we're saying that there's shortage of skilled furniture makers in the industry. And of course, encourage the ladies because, hey, we pay attention more to details. And furniture making actually involves paying attention to what you're dishing out.
And getting hands-on as well.
So those are some of the things I'm looking out for we can have in the industry, especially from abroad. I think it's obtainable abroad, but Nigeria, we have not really embraced it. So there's this thing about you're a carpenter, like you said, they just look at you like you're the roadside hammer. No, it's beyond that. There is the technology has really shifted from that part to, you have state-of-art equipment right now that you use. There are lots of, it's really, really taxing. It's not an easy thing. Yes, those artisans, they just hit these, join things together, but
it's more than that.
Yes, so if you come from the design point of view, there's a quality part of it, there's an installation part of it, so those needs like professional guidance, and that's what we're looking at. Okay, if we can have furniture maker graduates, it's going to be awesome.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So how's the journey been running this establishment? Tell me about some of the challenges.
Let me say this up front. It is not easy, right? But hey, there's been highs, there's been lows. It is not an easy, especially like you said, being in a male-dominated industry. So it's not something like you can just come and sit down and work. Most times you have to, like I said, you have to know your onions so that when the guys are not doing it well, you can always correct. So challenges majorly is having access to those skilled carpenters, like staffing. Yes, it's a huge challenge. So what I've tried to do personally is that I have this training arm in the organization. So what I do, I encourage people, especially the females, even if you don't know how to do anything, just come. I have some cheap, the good carpenters, so they can actually put you through like apprenticeship. So when they've gone through a certain period of time, we can enroll you as a proper staff, and some of them will just, you know what, I want to start doing my stuff. So the major challenge is really staffing. Yeah.
So that's been your major challenge, staffing.
Yes, staffing, and maybe another thing will be clients not having to pay completely. I don't know whether it's a Nigerian thing, but you have people when you've delivered
this particular one about clients, we'll talk about it shortly.
Yes.
I want to hear how clients make it a challenge for you running your business.
Okay.
So we'll do that after the break.
Okay, thank you.
We will be back for more conversations with our guests after the break. I'm still here with Joan Mbogu, founder and CEO of Joanswood Creation Limited. Okay, Joan, so very quickly, I want you to touch on the client's issue very quickly. So how have they made it challenging running your business?
So when I mean challenge, you don't get funds when due.
So is it that, okay, they don't pay in time,
yes,
or they overprice your work? Underprice your work?
No, they don't pay on time.
Okay.
So, most times, really what we have payment term that before we execute your job. But you see some clients, they just decide to hold, maybe you have like a 15% remaining after you've delivered the job, or a 20%.
But that's a Nigerian way.
But it's not good. It's not helping the business, because the truth is that most times we're actually running or trying to deliver your project with your funds. So it's not like I have one fund somewhere that I want to use, then maybe after I've delivered and then you pay. So we expect that, okay, once your job is delivered and you're okay, some clients will just be waiting for you 1 month. So it's like they're waiting for something to spoil. Okay. So they can now hinge on it. Do you get? So it's really sad. Like you have contract, but they don't keep to their own side of the contract. You've delivered, but...
How about you specifying it? Like, this is how we work, sir, ma. This is expected on this date and that date and that date.
We do that. So the corporate clients are good. They comply, right? I think most of the times the challenge we have are individuals. So they don't keep to the contract. So you tell them, they'll say yes. But when you now finish, sometimes you're calling them, you're begging but you know what? There's something that I've started doing recently. So I'll try as much as possible, even though it's not working, but somehow it has improved the payment, the final payment thing. So we try, what I do is that I will finish your job. Yes, then I'll send you pictures. You can see your job, and I'll tell you I'm not coming until you pay that money. So some comply.
You found a way around it.
Yes.
Hopefully that works in the long term.
Yeah.
Okay, so amidst all these challenges, you're still in business. I want you to give us some tips on how to run, just very few tips on how to run a profitable furniture making business in Nigeria of today.
Well, in Nigeria of today, I like that, because running an entrepreneur in Nigeria, it's not an easy feat. So, well, for me, I would say, I think basically have a business plan. I think that's like the first thing, not just a furniture company. For any business you want to do, have a business plan, develop it, be part of that business plan so that you can understand everything your business entails. So maybe I'll just highlight some key things from the business plan you should have in relation to furniture making. Okay. So one of it is understanding your audience. What niche are you trying to serve? Okay. So you need to understand that. And maybe secondly will be, what part of furniture do you want to specialize in? Because furniture as a whole is broad. Do you want to do woodwork, like you said, woodwork, or do you want to do man-made materials? Sorry, I'm going to be using some jargons. Do you want to do woodwork, or you want to do man-made materials? That's the engineered boards. So those are two different things. And there's a metal part of furniture. So do you want to combine that? So you need to understand that and the people that will need those products. Because again, you can't be making something that is not needed. So when you understand those two and know your onions, know what is entails from the beginning to the end. Even if you don't want to get involved, at least have that knowledge. Have an idea. Yes, so that you can make informed decisions as the owner of the business. And maybe lastly will be, of course, know your numbers. Yes, you must know your numbers, have a proper bookkeeping record, and promote your business. Should it be visible, carry it on your head, say it, let people know what you are doing. Because if after you've done your business plan, you are sure that what you're doing is profitable and there's a need for it, market your products and you'll be good to go.
Interesting, Joan.
Yes.
So let's have some furniture talk.
Okay.
So what are the things to look out for when creating a furniture piece?
Things to look out for. So like I said earlier, there are different categories. I would like to stay on woodwork.
Okay, woodwork.
Because I like woodwork. So interesting thing about woodwork is forgiving. You can play around woodwork compared to the man-made materials. Now why I said
What
that
do you
is
mean man-made materials?
man-made materials are like the engineered boards. They've been processed synthetically.
Okay.
Unlike wood. No, wood is from the forest, like raw wood. So those other ones have been prepared. So you have limitations to what you can do because it's already like what they call it, like ready-made, refined. So you have limitation. But with woodwork, you can exhibit your creativity. You can think of something to make as a furniture person and you do it with woodwork. Like you can play around with it. It's robust. You can, and it's forgiving. So even if you make errors in woodwork, you can always maybe cut it, plane it, or grind it to just make maybe, but with man-made you can't do that. Once you've made an error, you might have to start getting another material to do that. So with woodwork it's easier. You can exhibit, you can do a lot of creative stuff with woodwork. So that's one interesting thing about it. And you know, having to design like a piece, like conceptualize something and producing it, there's nothing as fulfilling as that. Like it's a great feeling. So yeah.
I already feel like I know how to do it. But we'll talk more about
I know.
We will go on a short break. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us on Ladies Talking Business. We have been having conversations with Joan Mbogu of Joanswood Creation Limited on the business of furniture making in Nigeria. Okay, Joan. As someone who's been in business for a while and is involved in, the business of everything itself, what common errors do you see business owners make? In business, small business.
Okay. Okay, common errors. Well, I think one crucial one is wanting to do everything by yourself, because you feel that you're the visionary, you're the one that know everything. Like I was in that space at the time, I wanted to just be everywhere. I think it comes with the fact that maybe with profession, it's like you just want to be everywhere. It's a very big mistake. So one is going to wear you out. You're going to be burnt out. And as a visionary, you're not supposed to be like everywhere. You're the visionary. You're supposed to be thinking strategically. What's the next business, and not really getting into the nitty-gritty. Yes, you can oversee, but not carrying everything. So get people, employ people. Even if you cannot employ, you can outsource, right? So you can just get maybe like work with somebody for a period of time and get it sorted out. Don't try to carry everything. You're going to wear out. And if possible, if you need to get a partner or somebody to collaborate with, do that. There's
collaboration. How easy is collaboration in this part of the world?
Well, like you say, I think for us in Nigeria, or for this our client, we see it as competition, but it isn't. Or maybe most people won't rather collaborate with you because they see you as a competitor. But I don't. Like I have like two or some of my colleagues that once in a while we work together. So for me, it's about, like I said, not doing everything. There are some jobs that when I know that at this time, I don't have the capacity to execute. Why do I want to now bug myself? Then I will not meet timeline. I'm now having to now try to beg the clients. I mean, why do I need to go through that stress? So I call my colleague. I say, okay, I have this job. Let's take this part. I take this part and deliver. Everybody's happy. And again, it's just about me trying to concentrate on my strength. I can't. Yes,
which is?
Yes. So my strength.
Running the business.
Yes. So running the business when it comes to having to collaborate. So there are some parts of furniture that I know that I can do without any stress. right? The woodwork thing. So I can do without any issue. When you ask anything outside that is still within furniture, maybe the upholstery type of furnishing, or maybe the man-made type, I try to get my other colleagues in the industry to handle that part. Although not that I can't do it, but I have my strength. So when it comes to those parts that I'm not very good, I outsource them. Do you get? And you know, apart from the operational part, there are other parts of the business you need to get involved. There's a marketing part of it. I don't have to be the one to always market. I can get a digital marketing person, you know, but sometimes you have an entrepreneur. He's the person going to look for the business. He's the one procuring the materials. He's the accountant. He's the everything. Yes, at the beginning stage, those things you tend to wear a lot of hats. But as time goes on, you should consciously know that you need to shave out, and because you need to grow beyond that level. Like I said, I was in that space at the time, but hey, I know better. Yes, I know better, and so I can live to enjoy this money that we are all chasing. You're just making money, and you're tired or you're falling sick because of the work.
Okay, so how would you advise small business owners to raise capital, you know, to upscale their business? I'm sure you know that raising capital, getting funding in this part of the world can be difficult. Let me say it that way. Let me put it that way. Can be difficult. So, but what's your advice?
Well, my advice for people trying to raise money, first of all, I would say that don't try to raise money to run an idea. So, because I've been in that space before. So while I was running Joanswood Creation, there was this idea that was coming up, another business, and I was just like, this thing is going to be great. I need to launch it. But you know, I tried to talk to a few of my friends about it, and I discovered that it was great on paper and talks, but this thing might not be profitable, especially in this our climate. Maybe abroad, yes, that idea would flourish. So don't try to raise money to run an idea. Now, if as a business person you want to raise money, I would say, first of all, start with your own funds. Like, I'm telling you practically from what I did, and that has worked for me. Start with your own funds. If you have family, if you have related friends, try and get those pool funds. Run that idea. I would say do like an MVP analysis. Validate that MVP. Make sure that you're meeting a need and it's profitable, at least with the funds that you have gathered within. Once you've tested the waters and it's working, then you know that, okay, you are ready to raise funds, because at that time you have a traction. I mean, if you carry that idea or whatever you're doing to any prospective investor or any bank, at least they can see what you've done. You have history, they will fund you. So one of the ways you can raise money at that time, when you've tested the waters and you know that what you're doing is profitable, you can do pitches. There are lots of pitch competitions where you can win a grant. At least start with that. Accelerator programs, because yes, they might not be big money. It's like maybe 3 million, 5 million, but once you get that, because again, you are building a traction, you're building a history for the bigger players that want to play into your own business. So you need to start, you need to, go through that. Except maybe you have one relative or uncle that has one big money that they don't care.
How easy do they party with?
So with that, anybody will listen to you at that stage, and yeah, you will get the
amazing
money.
Joan, before I let you go, what advice do you have for women in business?
Women in business. First of all, it's not, like I always say, some people make this thing look glamorous, but in real sense, it isn't. So I'll tell you something. I had somebody that was kind of watching me on social media, seeing all the beautiful things we're doing, young graduates, building technology person. So I think he was observing me for like a year. Then later he now applied that he wanted to be an intern. And when he came, I had an interview with him and we enrolled him. And the guy said something to me, said, "Madam, like, I don't know, this job is this, is like this. Like, you make it so easy. We see the glamour on Instagram, on social media, but man, this is serious work." So it's not hard, but giving up is not an option. Go through the process, it's a journey. And as long as you're consistent, the fruits are in front. Opportunity will meet you based on what you have done, based on your track record. And also as a woman, I think it's necessary we build our confidence. confidence stems from the fact of knowledge. So if you're running a business, even if you don't have a knowledge, like I didn't have a knowledge of furniture, but I consciously had to seek knowledge. I'm still training as I speak to you. There are lots of things that I still do, I still learn. So build your confidence by being knowledgeable of your craft.
Thank you so much. I've learned a lot today. Don't be surprised if I actually start doing some woodwork tomorrow.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, we wish you all the very best at
Thank you, Moremi.
I hope you've been imparted on this episode of Ladies Talking Business today. Do join us the same time next week for another episode. Don't forget to follow us on PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle on YouTube to catch up with our programs. I'm Moremi Akano. See you next week.